Here's a surprising truth. Not all vegetables are friends of those managing diabetes. It's easy to assume that all vegetables are healthy, right? But certain vegetables can cause blood sugar levels to rise more than expected. Imagine adding a vegetable to your diet, seemingly harmless, without realizing that it is causing a rapid rise in glucose. This list is about those hidden culprits, the vegetables that diabetics should think twice about. Let's get started. Vegetable number 1, potatoes. For many, potatoes are a staple food, from mashed potatoes to fries to roasted sides. But for those managing diabetes, potatoes can be a hidden challenge. Potatoes are high in starch, which the body quickly converts into glucose. This rapid breakdown means that a plate of mashed potatoes, for example, can cause blood sugar to spike almost as fast as eating pure sugar. For diabetics aiming to stabilize blood glucose, that's an effect to avoid. Potatoes have a high glycemic index, GI, which is a measure of how quickly foods cause blood sugar to rise. A baked potato has a GI close to that of white bread. While some foods with fiber and protein slow down sugar absorption, potatoes' starchy nature leads to fast glucose release. For a diabetic, this can lead to energy dips, making it harder to maintain steady blood sugar throughout the day. But here's the good news. There are satisfying swaps for potatoes that don't compromise taste. Cauliflower, for example, has become a popular alternative. Mashed cauliflower offers a similar creamy texture without the blood sugar roller coaster, thanks to its lower carb content. You can also try roasted turnips, which mimic the savory, earthy flavor of roasted potatoes, but with fewer carbs. These options can give you the comfort food feeling without the impact on your glucose levels. Remember, just because potatoes are high carb doesn't mean you have to miss out on delicious dishes. By swapping strategically, you can still enjoy hearty meals that support stable blood sugar. Vegetable number 2, corn. Corn is a summertime favorite, often enjoyed grilled, on the cob, or as a snack like popcorn. But for those with diabetes, corn can be tricky. While it's packed with fiber and vitamins, corn is also high in natural sugars and carbohydrates. A single ear of corn has around 27 grams of carbs, nearly as much as a slice of white bread. This means it can lead to a blood sugar spike, particularly if eaten without other foods that help slow sugar absorption. The issue with corn lies in its high glycemic index. Sweet corn, especially, has a GI that can vary widely depending on preparation. When boiled or grilled, corn's natural sugars can quickly affect blood glucose levels. Processed forms, like corn chips or cornmeal, have an even higher GI, which may be even more challenging to manage for diabetics. Even popcorn, though it has some fiber, can lead to spikes if eaten in large quantities. However, for those who love the taste of corn, there are ways to make better choices. Instead of corn, diabetics might opt for lower-carb alternatives that offer similar satisfaction. Zucchini, for example, can be a great substitute in salads or sides, providing crunch without the sugar load. Cauliflower rice also makes a wonderful, low-carb replacement in dishes where cornmeal or corn would normally appear, keeping dishes light but flavorful. Vegetable number 3, sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes are often seen as a healthier alternative to regular potatoes, and they do come packed with fiber, vitamins, and antioxidants. However, for those managing diabetes, sweet potatoes can still be problematic. Despite their fiber content, sweet potatoes have a high glycemic load, meaning they can still cause blood sugar spikes, especially when consumed in larger portions or in certain cooking methods, like baking or mashing. A single medium sweet potato has around 26 grams of carbs, which can affect blood glucose levels more than expected. Interestingly, not all sweet potatoes impact blood sugar equally. Japanese or purple sweet potatoes, for example, have a slightly lower glycemic index than their orange counterparts. This means that if you do choose to include sweet potatoes in your diet, these varieties may have a gentler effect on blood sugar. Eating them in moderation and pairing them with protein or fat can also help slow down sugar absorption. Looking for a diabetes-friendly alternative? Butternut squash can be a great substitute, offering a similar sweet flavor, but with a lower carb count. You can roast or mash it just like sweet potatoes for a comforting, nutritious side without the same blood sugar impact. Another option is turnips, which have a similar texture and can be roasted or mashed, providing a low-carb twist on traditional recipes. Vegetable number 4, peas. Peas are small but pack a surprising punch when it comes to carbs, which can be a challenge for diabetics. Often considered a healthy green vegetable, peas contain more natural sugars and starches than one might expect. Just 1 cup of peas has around 21 grams of carbs, which can lead to blood sugar spikes if eaten in large portions. While they do contain fiber and protein that help slow sugar absorption, their carb content can still be tricky for those aiming for balanced blood glucose levels. What makes peas unique is their combination of starch and natural sugar, which can affect blood sugar similarly to some grains. And while split peas and pea protein powder are popular for their plant-based protein, whole peas may still lead to unexpected spikes. For those managing diabetes, portion control is key. Small amounts of peas can provide fiber without as much impact, but larger servings should be approached with caution. If you're looking for alternatives, try swapping peas for lower-carb green veggies like broccoli or green beans. These options offer similar nutrients and can be enjoyed without the same concerns over sugar spikes. Another great substitute is snap peas, which are less starchy and provide a satisfying crunch in salads or stir-fries. As we move to the next vegetable on our list, keep in mind that some unexpected vegetables might seem harmless, but could impact blood sugar in surprising ways. The next veggie is widely used in dishes worldwide and might catch you off guard with its effects. Vegetable number 5, carrots. Carrots are often celebrated for their rich vitamin A content and crunch, making them a popular choice in salads and snacks. However, for those managing diabetes, carrots can have a hidden impact on blood sugar. While they're lower in carbs compared to some other root vegetables, carrots contain natural sugars that can still add up, especially when eaten in large amounts or juiced. A cup of chopped carrots has around 12 grams of carbs, which may seem low, but juicing them concentrates these sugars, leading to faster absorption and potential blood sugar spikes. Interestingly, raw carrots have a lower glycemic index than cooked carrots. Cooking carrots makes their natural sugars more available for quick digestion, which means that steamed or boiled carrots may impact blood glucose more than raw ones. For those who love the taste of carrots but want to avoid blood sugar fluctuations, opting for raw carrots in smaller portions can be a more diabetes-friendly choice. If you're looking for alternatives, try substituting carrots with bell peppers or cucumbers. These veggies offer a satisfying crunch with fewer carbs, making them a great option for salads or snacks. Another choice is jicama, a root vegetable with a similar crunch, but much lower in carbs, perfect for dipping or adding to fresh dishes. Vegetable number 6, beets. Beets are well loved for their vibrant color and earthy sweetness, adding flair to dishes from salads to smoothies. However, for those managing diabetes, beets come with a caution. While they're packed with nutrients like folate and manganese, they also contain natural sugars that can affect blood glucose. A single cup of beets contains about 13 grams of carbs, including nearly 9 grams of sugar. This sweetness is one reason why beet juice, popular for its potential cardiovascular benefits, may lead to blood sugar spikes if consumed in large amounts. The impact of beets on blood sugar is mainly due to their high glycemic load. Eating beets in moderation, such as adding a few slices to a salad, can let you enjoy their benefits without risking a spike. But when roasted or juiced, beets' natural sugars are concentrated, which can lead to quicker absorption and potentially challenging blood glucose levels. Looking for an alternative to satisfy your craving for something earthy and slightly sweet? Radishes can be a fantastic swap. They offer a similar crunch with far fewer carbs, making them a more diabetes-friendly option. Another choice is red cabbage, which has a comparable color to beets, but with a fraction of the carbs. These swaps allow you to keep meals colorful and nutritious without worrying as much about blood sugar effects. Vegetable number 7, butternut squash. Butternut squash is a fall favorite with its sweet, nutty flavor and creamy texture, perfect for soups and roasts. However, for those with diabetes, butternut squash can be more challenging than expected. Despite being nutrient-rich and packed with fiber, vitamins A and C, and potassium, butternut squash is relatively high in carbohydrates. A single cup of cubed butternut squash contains about 16 grams of carbs, which can significantly impact blood sugar levels, especially if eaten in larger portions. One factor to consider is its glycemic load. Butternut squash has a moderate glycemic index, but when cooked or pureed, its natural sugars become more accessible, potentially leading to a quicker release of glucose into the bloodstream. For diabetics aiming to keep blood sugar stable, balancing portion sizes and combining butternut squash with protein or fat can help slow sugar absorption. If you're looking for a lower-carb alternative that provides similar flavors, consider using zucchini or spaghetti squash. These options are lower in carbs and still offer a satisfying texture when roasted or blended into dishes. Zucchini in particular has a mild taste that complements other fall flavors while keeping carb counts in check, letting you enjoy hearty meals without worrying about spikes. Vegetable number 8. Parsnips. Parsnips, with their pale color and slightly sweet flavor, are often mistaken for carrots or other root veggies. While they add a comforting touch to winter soups and roasts, parsnips come with a caution for those managing diabetes. These root vegetables are high in carbohydrates, with 1 cup of sliced parsnips containing around 24 grams of carbs. This starchy makeup means they can cause blood sugar levels to rise quickly, especially when eaten in larger portions or without protein and fat to balance them out. Parsnips also have a relatively high glycemic index, which makes them more likely to cause glucose spikes compared to other root vegetables. Even though they're packed with fiber, vitamins, and minerals, the rapid sugar release can be challenging for those keeping an eye on blood glucose. This is especially true when parsnips are roasted or pureed, as cooking breaks down their fibers, making their natural sugars even more readily available for absorption. For those craving the texture and mild sweetness of parsnips, consider lower-carb alternatives like rutabaga or turnips. These vegetables offer a similar flavor profile, but with fewer carbs, allowing you to enjoy a hearty side dish without the same risk of a blood sugar spike. Swapping out parsnips for these alternatives can make a noticeable difference in maintaining stable glucose levels. Vegetable number 9. Bell peppers. Bell peppers, especially the sweeter red and yellow varieties, add vibrant color and flavor to meals, making them a favorite in salads, stir-fries, and snacks. However, for those managing diabetes, these colorful peppers come with a few considerations. Red and yellow bell peppers contain more natural sugars than green ones, with about 6 grams of carbs per half-cup serving. While this may seem low, their sweetness can be deceiving and may contribute to a gradual rise in blood sugar, especially if consumed in large amounts. One advantage of bell peppers is their fiber content, which helps slow sugar absorption, making them more diabetes-friendly than some other high-glycemic vegetables. They're also packed with vitamins, particularly vitamin C, which supports immune health. However, the carbs in red and yellow peppers can add up quickly if they're a regular part of meals. For those looking to keep carbs low, green bell peppers might be a better choice, as they're less sweet and contain slightly fewer carbs. For an even lower carb option, consider using zucchini or cucumber, which have a similar crunch without the natural sugars. Both work well in salads or as dippable snacks, offering a refreshing bite that helps keep blood sugar stable. These swaps allow you to enjoy a variety of flavors and textures without added sugars. Stay tuned as we reveal our final vegetable on this list, one that's small yet commonly used in many dishes. It may be the most unexpected addition to our lineup. Vegetable number 10. Onion. Onions are a staple in many dishes, adding flavor and aroma to soups, salads, and sauces. But for diabetics, onions come with a bit of a twist. While they're low in calories and contain beneficial antioxidants, onions also contain natural sugars. A medium-sized onion has about 10 grams of carbs, with most coming from sugar. This might not seem like much, but the impact can add up, especially when onions are caramelized or used in large amounts. The process of caramelizing onions enhances their sweetness by breaking down their natural sugars, leading to a more concentrated glucose impact. For someone with diabetes, this can result in an unexpected spike if onions are used as a primary ingredient. Even raw onions, although lower on the glycemic index than cooked, can add to the carb count in a meal if used generously. Looking for a flavor-packed alternative? Try using green onions or scallions in place of larger onions. They have a milder flavor, fewer carbs, and can still add that aromatic touch to dishes without the same glucose impact. Another great option is garlic, which is low in carbs and offers robust flavor along with anti-inflammatory benefits, making it a diabetes-friendly choice for seasoning. If you liked this video, I'm sure what's on your screen now will be perfect for you.